All shitey then. Hello there. Hello, folks. This is the second experiment. I did the streaming experiment, and this is the just recording it to YouTube experiment. This is patch from scratch. The least organized thing I have ever done, and therefore it might actually work as something that I stick to because I've got a habit of not sticking to anything ever. And so this is making music-y stuff in Ableton and perhaps otherwise, because after 10 years of barren, just horrific non-music wanting to make, chill now. I'm in the mood to do that. And by the way, that sound is the fan. In fact, if I turn the gate off for a second, you might be able to hear the fan, but the fan is staying on. Although I'd like it if it stopped making those noises. That's not so fun. Oh, we might just have to deal with that. Anyway, the gate is on because with the gate on, it drops down. I haven't got the floor on silence because that just is freaky. There's no such thing as silence. So the floor is low. Oh, it's very low. It's so low that you can't even hear it in the thing. Okay. -11 on the floor. That's what we'll keep. So we are inside Ableton, and the main reason I'm doing this recording is because I want to see how this sounds with everything routed through Ableton. My voice is in here, and then we're going to patch through here. In fact, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set it up so that I can do the classic radio compression thing where when I speak, the music comes down. So we'll start off by getting a, well, actually, let's just grab a sample. It doesn't really matter what it is. Oh, are these all the crazy ones from that? Yeah, there's some really nice crazy samples here. Yes, absolutely you. Now, you were probably a bit loud. You know what? So don't kill people later. I'm gonna stop. We don't need you right now. I'm gonna turn the Q volume down so that. Okay, that seems reasonable. Yeah, that seems completely reasonable. Okay. So, the way I want to do this is, as you can see, I have these two returns already sent to sends only. I'm going to turn this onto sends only as well. And I'm going to create another return track, which is going to the master, and this is going to be called router. And now, everything is going to go through the router. And so now, this is fine. I'm going to enable this send and this send like this. Because if I then wanted to take some audio effects, like, for example, a reverb, and put that one on here, and let's say an echo, and stick that on, whoops, a doozle, that can go on here. Then, if I, for example, put a load of reverb on my voice, this needs to be all the way there, this needs to be down here, this needs to be like that, this needs to be like that, a bit of that, a little bit of this, that, and that. Yo, yes. That is kind of what I'm looking for. You, yeah, you. Close enough. So, the idea behind doing all of that is now I have this routing where as long as every track I have is going straight through the routing track, this is the only thing that's going to the master, I can then take an audio effect of a squibbly buff, bobbly whiskets, compressor, thank you. Sidechain it from me, my voice, and I, pull it down, and we can make it as aggressive as we want, and this, that, and the other, and then I can talk, and it should cut down the volume of anything that's going on. And I can make that pretty damn aggressive if I want to. Good morning, you're listening to PENES, and this is the hits of the morning. This is Cylinder Kopf Granulate Delays Variable Guest 2, and we're gonna really crank up that echo. Yeah. Okay, enough nonsense. That works. That's actually a little bit too harsh on the volume reduction, but that's fine. So we're going to get rid of you, and we're going to start with a nice MIDI track. And I think we're going to play with the analog synth in Ableton, because it's nice. It's fairly simple. It's a bit modular. And I'm going to play with it in a fairly non-fancy way, in that I'm going to have a sine wave here. Now, first things first, wait a second. Sends only, send it to the router. So now when I speak, I can cut that volume back and you can still hear what I'm saying. I don't even need to be so hard on the mic. What I am going to do is turn this down a little bit anyway. How loud am I? Here's another thing. I can't remember who it was. It was probably Ronnie Prees. But some YouTube producing type has convinced me to always have a visible meter. So I'll pull me out the way slightly, and then this can go. I guess it can go there. I don't need to see any of that stuff right now, do I? Maybe it'd be nice to see what those are. And then I'm not in the way. Yeah, great. This gives you a reference level of minus 18 decibels, which I am not skilled enough to know why. I just know that's a done thing. And now, yeah, we can see how loud we are. So, as I said before, we're not going to do anything particularly clever with this. Just maybe a bit of resonance, a little bit of low pass goodness, LFO going. Nice. So really, we just have a sine wave and a sawtooth wave. Might give them a bit unison. Nice. Now, that's pretty cool. Oh, now I need to do some work on this echo. Now, the echo is brilliant, but what it needs is a little bit of this and a little bit of that, because it needs to be off slightly. I need to record that fan. That's like epic techno percussion. Now, this has its own reverb in it. And you can set it as pre. But when this really gets good is when you there. The modulators on the echo are just wonderful. Just little tweaks here and there. Hang on. That got a bit out of hand too quickly. Ah, there it is. It's a bit much. It needs to be a bit faster and move a bit more. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Now, it does need noise, and I love the fact that Ableton has put noise on one of their stock effects. That's so great. Because noise is important, and everything has noise. And this isn't the only noise we're going to put in there, so we're going to keep this quite low. We already have some filter messing around, but a little bit of wobble is nice. Now, ducking? Do we want ducking? Ooh. That's a question. Do we just want this to come in when there's nothing? It's worth thinking about. This could be a thing. This could be a thing. Because the idea of something that doesn't kick in unless you stop, that really appeals to me. Yeah. Okay, I want a bit of this reverb on the voice. Because why wouldn't I? Can I disable? Yeah, I can disable that one so I don't accidentally muller myself, because I have a feeling that would be an issue. Okay. What was I doing? So I was doing some kind of seventh, but I want it to be as 9. Okay. Let's just have this on. Let's just go for 1, 2, 3, and then. Okay. Okay, we have a thing. However, in order to make the thing more of a thing, we need to do something. Well, we don't need to, but this is an idea that I like. I like doing this. Can you please chill? You sound like you're about to just cut the back of my head off, and that's terrifying. Me and this fan, man. Now, I want a new track, and I want this track to resample. And I don't want it to monitor at all. I don't want any of that to be a thing. When I do this, I'm going to turn myself off. And I don't want to mess with anything else at this stage, because what I want to do is get a calculator up, and I want to do 1, 2, 3 times 2 times 2 is 492. So I want to go up to 492. Yeah, which has made the sound thing on that go crazy. And then I want to take this, and I want you to go up 2 octaves. And I want you to go. Okay, this is 64, more than 64, just 64 is all we need. And now we make sure this is set to a repitch, and then we put this back to 1, 2, 3, and then wait. Oh, hang on. Now I need to grab this, put it back in its original key. You sound really scuffed. I love it. Okay, let's do you, and then let's also just make this one a texture. Wait, did I forget to turn it off? Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot to turn my mic off, so it's got the fan in the background. Oh, you beauty. Okay, you can go hard. Not that hard. You can go like that, like that. You can come back. You guys can be grouped. Analog flavor text. Flavor text? Analog extra flavor. Dub up. No. Dub up and back. Texture up 1. And then let's just do one more thing. Hello? Okay. This one can be complex. Silence. Yeah, you're nasty. Oh, this has to go to the... there. Now this whole thing comes down a bit. And now we can start actually doing something with this. So. So let's start doing some actual work on the sound here, because this needs saturation. This needs a lot of saturation. Now, if you put the saturation on synod fold, well, let's test this actually. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to see what volume this is at, okay? And it seems to fluctuate between -1 and and naught, right? As soon as I put this in sine fold, so I just wanted to make that point. If you use the saturator, some of these settings already add to it, and you have to be aware of that. So a typical trick I do with this is I'll take 10 away from there, and I'll add 10 to the drive, take 10 away from the output, but you actually have to take away 13 to account for the fact that it adds 3 decibels on top now. And you already get that fun. Quite a pokey stub it's got going on there, actually. I like that though. Now, this is when we can start getting into some other stuff. Because this is nice. But what we want is, first things first, we want the velocity here to be randomized a bit. I feel like I'm being dumb. I feel like I don't know pitch mod. No. I also feel like this should be a thing, actually. Yeah, just a bit of that. All this stuff as well could do with being a little bit more just distant and metallic, and I know exactly what to use for that. Is this. This is just a beautiful thing. Let's get rid of that. Same kind of deal with this, actually, funnily enough. This is another form of saturation. This is one of the fantastic Air Windows plugins. These things are free, by the way, but you should totally support their creator on Patreon. Go to airwindows.com. Your mind will be slightly blown. These are all made by one person, and they're just... So, I'm going to drop the output of this by, like... let's just go for 10 and 10 as usual. 10 out, 10 in. Drop the flutter. Even more, just slam it. So that's it without. I'll give it a bit more. Now, we did add a bit of volume there, actually. And louder always sounds better, but yeah, just trust me, this thing really does sound wonderful. There's another one as well, actually. Is it this one? Yeah, this one's great as well. Let's just try this one. What if we do both of them? I'm just going to do both of them. Yeah, I like that too much. A little bit of the old signal through. But God above, that's great. Okay, back to the main event. I'm just curious. I want to take MIDI from analog 2 into this. And to stick another instrument in here. Let's just stick a wavetable in here. Okay, so you're playing now, great. And I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to also stick this. Oh god, that's not noisy, which is fine, you can be. But what I want you to do is just be long. And do a little bit of LFO, wobbly wobbly. You can be band pass. Just something like that. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to try sticking a note echo on there. Kind of subtle. I don't know if I like that. Oh, well, first things first, you're not doing the right thing at all. You're supposed to go through there. Or maybe you should just do that. Now you really aren't impressing me. You're just annoyingly loud, and then you disappear. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're not going to survive, but for now, I'm just gonna just give you a little bit less of that LFO, and then a little bit of that too, and the rest we'll think about later. If you're right in the background like that, you might get away with it. I like the idea of you, but I don't know if you get to live right now. Unless it's something like this. This gives you a much better chance of being a thing. Okay, you get to stay on just like this for now, and we see where we are in 10 minutes with you. I just realised that these things need a bit of modulation. I can live with that. That could be good. There's still something in here I don't like, and I can't put my finger on what it is. Maybe if I could see this, I might be a bit more understanding. Do I need... Let's just try the standard EQ, that cuts it all away. Yeah, you can live there. You need to be more here and less here. You don't have a bass in yet. Okay. Let's get a 606 kit in here. 'Cause why not? Lo-fi settings. Probably want even more drive than that. I'm just gonna say 99. Yeah. And what are we in? D. We have drums. We need to now make you ascend. I almost feel like we should have an extra separate thing now, so I don't have to. That's fine. Router, and then I'm going to make another return track. So let me explain what I was thinking silently just there. God bless this echo. Okay, so I have this router channel here, and it's very useful because it's the thing I have set up with my voice to sidechain it. But I also want to be able to sidechain pretty much everything away from this bass drum that I just made. Right? So I could just set a compressor on every channel and have them go that way. Or what I could do is have this, which is not drums, let's say, okay? And not drums all goes to C. And then drums goes to C, but everything else now goes to D. And we should be the same, right? the idea of doing that is now if we take... the reason we did that is because now I can stick a compressor on the not drums channel, and I can sidechain it from the drums channel, this core kit, and then, God, hi-hat, snare, 606 core, single... Right, let's have a wee look. What do we got this on? Bass drum, it's called. Okay. Bass drum. And post effects, why not? So now oh, and these also need to disable all sends, enable this, put this through here, enable this. So now everything gets out of the way of the core kit. These all need to be disabled. That needs to be disabled. This needs to be disabled. Okay. So now we have something. Oh. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Whoops, it is all. And just like that, we have something that is like up in an up position. I mean, this isn't, you'd want to get here slowly. But I feel like we have some good elements here. I feel like this guy is actually really good. He's not getting the love he needs in terms of volume right now. I want it to be always there, but not. How do you know what? I might do the delay trick. No feedback, no linkage, time, this, that, dry wet all the way. Then we can probably drop it down again a bit, yeah? Okay, now you. I'm very happy with you. You know what I haven't played with forever is this. Ha! Huh. How do I make it more? Is this the chance it happens every quarter of it? Hang on, I need to look at this. How often it captures new material and begins repeating it. Oh, nice. Okay, a bit more pitch decay maybe. I'd rather have this 12ths maybe? Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Let's do a little bit of housework here. We're a long way off, like, this being ready to turn into something. But, you know. That helps. But what we are getting close to is that space where there's a lot of niceness in here. And the way I like to work is to essentially just go overboard, throw everything at the wall, and then slowly carve things off the wall until it starts to look like a picture. And like just these things alone seem fun, you know? One last thing before I go. We're gonna have analog extra flavor as the input. And we're essentially just gonna copy across everything that's in here. So and we're not going to do the whole bit. We're just going to get a bit of it. Basically, one rotation of the original one is all we're going to take. Alright, and now we have this. So let's turn all of that off, and then we have this, which goes to not drums, like everything else. Why are you going to see? You should not be going to see. Oh, it's the echo. Yeah. Now we want this to be beats. We want this to be... Let's try 16ths, like this, like that. Well, that makes no difference at all, does it? It's a fairly classic idea doing this, but sometimes it can be really nice. I get the impression so far that this is not that special. However, you are usually quite a friendly device. So if we put you on something like this. I do love this effect. Bit less decay. Just that ringing, man. I love it so much. All right. So, I didn't want that in straight away, actually. Just started with that. I haven't been checking my VU meter. Oh, that's going to be recording my voice, isn't it? Is it? It's not. Excellent. Okay. That's actually really cool. I can record without it recording my voice. So, I'm not checking this for volume. I'm not checking this for anything. It's late. I'm tired. I've got to go to bed soon. Setting them going offset like that might be a really nice idea. Yeah, that was a good idea. Sweet. Too much randomness on the velocity of the kick drum and the drums in general. That ringing, I love it. Oh, fuck that up. God damn it. What if I just try and record from there? Okay, that's probably janky as hell, but I don't really care. I just want to try it out. Why is this so unbelievably out of track and whack? And it doesn't matter. The entire point here really is just to try and hear it for what it is, to mess around with it, because it's not perfect, but it ain't bad. There's some real nice stuff in there. It just needs digging out. It just needs bringing to the surface. And it's nice to go from nothing to something using some very simple gear, because the analog synth here is really powerful, but it's also relatively simple in its own way. I know it's got all these controls, but really, it's not that hard once you've digged around with it all. I never did have more noise, did I? I'll just bump that up. Hold up. Oh, I've been messing that up a bit. No wonder it's been weird. Huh. I see. No wonder we were so loud. Oh, I feel like a bit of an idiot now. I didn't realize that I didn't have my send set up properly. So that was why things weren't working the way I wanted them to. Which is fine. Anyway, we don't need to record that anymore. It's also why everything sounded a bit over... I mean, it did sound really good, but it was a bit over the top. Because volume sounds good, you know what I mean? Now, for one final little flourish, what happens if we just smack some tape thing on this? Some fake tape thing. Tape Fat 64 sounds good to me. Well, that will do it. This has been an hour or so of just messing around. Badly explained, not talking about exactly what I'm doing in the right moments when I should have been probably. However, I feel like taking one simple idea and then really running with it like this is not a bad thing to do, because then you have all of these things that you can use in different ways. So let's say, for example, I wanted to now go into here and just come up with some complete B parts. So I mean, what key are we in here? We're in D minor 7. Let's say I wanted to come up with something which was a bit more like, just, I don't know, melodic-y majory, and then I say, okay, I'm going to do a G here, and I'm going to do another G here, but it's secretly going to be an E minor or something. I don't know. And then I can just run that. And automatically, without any of these, that works because it's taking the thing from that. And then I can take this particular idea, because that D minor, like that, works. But if I wanted to, I don't know, do something really mad, I could take this. Which makes me think. So this is to be 8 long. Oopala. I missed you, didn't I? So I didn't even know, like, I didn't even know what I would have done by doing that. So I went from D minor down to C. Now I've gone from G, from D minor, I turned that into E, relative E to G, and then D minor to E minor down to D. And if I wanted to have some kind of relative thing that works with D, it would be like F sharp? I have no idea. Let's just stick some kind of weird F sharp chord underneath this, and I should be finishing and not doing this, and yet here I am. And then I'm going to just say, you are the rest of it. And now, well, that shouldn't work. And nevertheless it does. So this is stupid. Turn that off. Red, very bad, very naughty. However, that's just what I'm saying. Like, you can get variation out of it very easily. You could completely change the timbre of it, and by doing some of this MIDI following, like this wavetable and the note echoing, you get stuff for free. Speeding things up, recording them and repitching them down is just a free way of getting really tasty sounds. Because if you take away most of this, and you still listen to this, that has nothing on it at all. That's not true. It has all of these things on it. But what I mean is that is, yeah, just what you get when you speed things up and then slow them down again. You can get some crazy stuff with texture, crazy stuff with just using Live's built-in warp settings. In fact, this whole thing, all of these are just messing with Live's warp settings, really. Okay, that last 5 minutes of waffle wasn't needed. This has been an experiment. And it is a waffle, I'm absolutely aware of that, but I just thought I'd do it to see if it's something that I could do. And if it's something that you enjoy and like the idea of seeing more of, do let me know and I will continue doing this. I feel like since it is so easy just to get lost in patching in Ableton, it's a good way of me making things and still having made something at the end of it, even if this idea doesn't go somewhere. It's just really nice to actually feel like I have a bit of motivation to make sounds again. And maybe next time we do this, I get the tape players out and the Volca sample and we do some more hardware fingers on desk stuff with an extra camera. Let's see how we do. But for now, that has been it. I hope you're having a fine week. I would like to urge you to choose to be happy in certain moments, because while when people tell you that happiness is a choice, I find it just as annoying as any other horrendously depressed person does. Problem is, as annoying as those people are, they are somewhat right. You cannot choose to be happy in the long term, because if you're a depressed person, you're probably gonna need more than that. But you can choose happiness in small moments, and this is a small moment. I hope you have a fine day. The entire point of starting with this was that I was going to do this and I was going to stick it through the routing and then play it along with everything else. That's the entire point. It was going to be the thing that pulled it all together. And I completely forgot to do it. Because it's a truly lovely sound. And it is musical. And it's one of those beautiful sounds that sounds tuned, even though it's not in tune with the rest of this. It's just your brain playing tricks on you. And the entire point of this video is it was going to loop back around to that sound that I just used, just to test the sound and test my routing. And I ended the video, without putting it in. And it also means I have to edit this video now. I'd even made it so tight that I could just upload this to YouTube without any extra work, but no. The next video I make for YouTube is going to be then taking this idea and actually turning it into a finished track, which I will release. I have decided that. The second I stopped, I realized that it's not just about me making YouTube videos. I want to start making music. This is one of the several tracks I have, which is almost ready to go. And when I say, like, this is almost ready to go, you might think, what the hell, you've only just started working on this. Yes, there's a lot more hours to go into this, but I already feel the core of this. And even if I only take a couple of tiny sections and rip them out and then stick them back into something which turns into this track, the feel is ready, the vibe is ready, it's there. So it's going to be. It shall be. Anyhow, this really is the end of the video now. Ta-ta!